it's mentioned, Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya. All the things that is troublesome to the heart will be almost gone when someone does nityam bhagavata sevaya, when someone reads Srimad Bhagavatam regularly. And this is what I see. So happy. All right, let's begin with our prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So thank you very much for all your association for the whole Chaturmas 4 months where we were relishing Srimad Bhagavatam every day mornings in the association of devotees. Many devotees, including myself, have tried reading Srimad Bhagavatam every day, but it doesn't happen. It it's only possible in the association of devotees. Even if someone tries to read Srimad Bhagavatam in the morning, but the realizations which come by reading the association of devotees, discussing, sharing the pastime and learning points from that, it's very different compared to a person reading on his own or on her own by themselves. So that's why uh, the way we are doing, it's just encouraging, giving inspiration to each of us, one another. And then we were able to continue doing this. It's not an ordinary thing, I can tell you. Even so many uh, devotees in the temple who are in the doing seva or getting initiated for 20, 20, 30 years. And Prabhupada has written all these purports. They will sing in the temple, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. But how many times people actually read Prabhupada's purports, Prabhupada books? This is what Srila Prabhupada ki jai means. We appreciate what he has done to us, and to appreciate his purports means to read and to learn the practical application for it. And that's what we were able to do. All right. So today, as I said, I was thinking that we'll finish the chaturmas and then we can discuss tomorrow. But it's, you all get an opportunity to glorify Srimad Bhagavatam, to glorify Srila Prabhupada, his purpose, and that will benefit you as well. In the Kartik month, whatever it's done, whatever service we do, whatever glorification of Srimad Bhagavatam we do, that multiplies thousands of times. So why to do it tomorrow? Why not today? And that was my consciousness when I made a decision to benefit all of you. So, all right, I will pause here. One by one, you can maybe raise hand. I can tell the name, or you can just say, we'll finish same 7:10. So we have to be quick. Open to you all now.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Can I start?
Okay.
Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I'll start with the sloka. You told already what I was going to say. I was planning. So, Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.18. Nashtapraya sabadresu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki. Prabhuji, my realization is same as yours. I have tried to hear Bhagavatam. We go to Bhagavatam class and there's only discussion of one sloka. If we hear Hare Krishna Temple Melbourne, we are in Canto 9, and I listen to Kathmandu, Hare Krishna Mandir, and then they are in Canto 4. Here and there we listen to Maharajas, but there's no structure like we continuous. We brought two sets of Bhagavatam, one English and one Nepali. Honestly, I have not read beyond 10, 20 pages. So this is Nectar Prabhuji. So realization is this is working. Nashtapraya Sabhadreshu. Of all the most of the avadras should be gone, but maybe only few avadras are gone by now. But I realize that few of them, at least few of them are gone. And Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtiki. Nashtiki is irrevocable fact. Irrevocable devotion should be established, but it's not yet. So maybe a little bit of it is established. So that is my realization, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Mm. Thank you. Thank you so much. Actually, I shouldn't forget to show my gratitude and thanks to Radhika Mataji for writing all the summary, for all the sessions, Shiva Prabhu, for putting the verses in the groups, recording, Puja Mataji, so many of you doing so much services. I know it's hard, commitment, consistency, doing every day morning. It takes a lot of commitment. It takes a lot of time as well to do all this. So thank you so much. If we don't finish all of your realizations today, we can continue tomorrow as well. Instead of rushing and skipping some, we can do 10 people today, 10 people tomorrow. It's okay, so take your time, no problem. Okay, thank you so much, Shiva Prabhu. Yes, definitely, and the most important thing I focus on, and which really helps me to understand, is this the flow of Bhagavatam. In Temple Bhagavatam, we don't, some speakers do that. This is what the context is, this is what the story is, and in this particular way, the sloka comes into the picture. But the only thing that helps me to keep the interest in Bhagavatam is the storyline, where we are, what's happening now, so what will happen next, and then that will happen. Otherwise, it feels boring, like same thing. We are not this body, we are the soul. We have to do service, devotional service to Krishna, and the same thing. But the storyline comes, then we know how, why it's spoken, and why Prabhupada writes this in the purport. All right, Radhika Mataji, yes, we'll go from you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, all the devotees, Dandavat Pranam. First of all, thank you so much, Prabhuji, from the bottom of my heart to hold these sessions of Srimad Bhagavatam. It was really inspiring for all of us. So I noted some points, so I would like to discuss that. So first of all, I was able to wake up early in the morning during this whole chaturmaas period, because chaturmaas period, I think it's about discipline. Like we have to get up early and do all the bhakti. I was able to get up, and it strengthened our discipline and mind control, because sometimes you really don't want to get up in the morning, and when there is a class, you have to by somehow you have to get up. So that was the thing, and it purified our thoughts, Prabhuji, and it reduced negativity, because when we read Bhagavatam in the morning, the whole day used to go in meditation of whatever you taught us, and then it was really, and especially when I wrote the summary, it helped me more actually. So that was the one, and it enhanced our devotion during the Chaturmas period, because we learned so many learning points, through just the example of Narad Muni, which you gave, serving the sages. I remember you gave around 10 learning points just with that one. I would like to say something like the importance of prasadam, because he used to eat the remnants of the sages. And then you said that the adversities will come in life, but an advanced devotee will see it always as a mercy of the Lord. And only an advanced devotee will see so many benedictions in every step of life. And some of the others were that simple and humble service attracts Krishna, like how Narad Muni served the sages humbly. And then bhakti is for everyone. If a son of a maid servant can reach such an elevated post, so why can't we also do little bhakti and we go somewhere at least? And then we see that Krishna will give us the taste in bhakti and increase our eagerness. So that was the learning points which you gave. And also that devotional service and the study of scriptures goes hand in hand. So scriptures helps us to understand the importance of the seva, and seva helps us to understand the message of the scriptures. So there were so many learning points throughout the sessions, Prabhuji. And also you taught us all the shlokas. I remember that 1.1.15 shloka, you glorified the devotees of Krishna. You said that was really, I felt very nice, because you said that if a person takes bath in the Ganges, he can be purified eventually. But if a person takes the shelter of a devotee of a Krishna, he will get eventually purified, and also the proclivity to do the sins will go away. So that was very nice. And also, Prabhuji, the storyline which you explained, every time you kept repeatedly telling the storyline, and it made us feel the presence in that place. So, how sages were speaking in the Naimisharanya forest, gave an elevated seat to Sutta Goswami, and then asked so many questions, and then to the answer to the questions, the whole of the Bhagavatam went. So the storyline was very nice, Prabhuji. And also the one-liners, I'm attracted to them. So the one-liners which you gave were amazing. I will like to say some one-liners, the captain of the ship will always remain the captain. You said this in reference to a guru. And the second was like, if we want to be heard, we have to hear first. So that was in reference to Sutta Goswami hears to the sages and then answers all the questions. And then one more was like, we have to get serious in bhakti, that if we make bhakti a part of our life, it will remain as a part of our life. But if we make bhakti as our life, it will be our life. And one more was like, when we make our lifestyle Krishna consciousness, we will see miracles of Krishna in our life. So all these were like really touching to our heart, Prabhuji. So yeah, that's all from my side. And there were a lot many to say, but I will give chances to others also. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Wow, what an amazing summary. Really, really happy. All of us were hearing Bhagavatam only for half an hour or once in a day. But you were doing three times in a day, because first you hear in the morning, then you hear the recording or write the points, and then you post the summary. So that is three times in a day. I think you are qualified to become a Bhagavad Katha speaker. The Kathakars, we should book a MCG or a Marvel Stadium or something, and you can do a big pandal program there. Very, very amazing. Please share this point, Narad Muni pastimes and all this. Make a note or something and share. And thank you so much for all this summary. Wonderful. Amazing. It's we are planning. We'll write everything in one book, print it, do spiral binding, and give once first when we finish the first canto. So it's mind blowing. You are in the mood of Prabhupada. Prabhupada was like that, writing Bhagavatam every day, and you are writing Bhagavatam every day. Prabhupada will be so happy. I can tell you, Krishna is showering full blessings on you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for all this. Hare Krishna. Let's see. Anyone else? Pankaj Prabhu, I saw your hand first.
I think there were other devotees, Prabhu, who raised before me, but I will go. Sorry. Hare Krishna, everyone. So my realization, Prabhu, is we see a number of pastimes in Bhagavatam, right? We saw Srila Vyasadev himself. We saw Bhishma Dev. We saw Yudhishthira Maharaj. So what one thing which came out to me is like you know the real fulfillment or in the life doesn't come from complete renunciation, which is in the case of Vyasadeva, right? Or also from the worldly riches, like Yudhishthira Maharaj, he was ruling the whole world, right? So the real fulfillment comes from glorifying the Lord. And the other important thing is the importance of the guru, because in both the cases, whether Vyasadeva, right? Vyasadeva was not satisfied; he was unhappy. But then Narad Muni, let him know that you were not you didn't in your previous scriptures you didn't glorify the Lord. So importance of glorifying the Lord, the Supreme Lord, who is Krishna, Lord Krishna. And then same with Yudhishthira Maharaj. Yeah, he was, and then also, I would say partially renounced Bhishma Dev, right? He was renounced. He has renounced so many things, but he was still living in a material life, but is still, connected to the Lord, glorifying the Lord, always going, and then Yudhishthira Maharaj always going to the Lord when it comes to, solving his problems, right? And then so this is one learning. The other thing which I realized is the importance of setting small goals in bhakti. And I really appreciate your efforts, not only during this chaturmasa, by setting this a small goal of reading canto 1, but throughout these 3 years, setting the goal of starting the chanting 1 round, 2 round, 4 round, finishing, IDC, Lila Amrita, setting small goals in the spiritual life helps a lot. And because we all are busy, and then particularly for me, it is difficult for me to read, because I don't have a reading habit. But with your efforts, setting these small goals have really helped. And then I'm thinking, I will also at least set some small targets, maybe not complete the entire Bhagavatam in a year or two, but at least maybe in 6 months at least one can do another thing. So these are my realization, Prabhu. thanks for your pushing us, at least me, doing all these things. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you, Pankaj Prabhu, so much. Yesterday you had program in your house also till late. I know it takes lot of effort, takes a lot of our time and energy into that. But yeah, small things, many times people, devotees think that, एक दिन आएगा मैं बैठूंगा and मैं पूरा भागवतम भगवद गीता अच्छे से पढ़ूंगा. And then people try to do great things. And it's actually Burijan Prabhu who inspired me and who told me just little things every day that makes a person or that makes a devotee great. Like little things every day, consistency, rather than एक दिन बैठ के पूरा भगवद गीता पढ़ने का. One day we will sit and read the whole chapters of Bhagavatam. But little every day, little. Take time out, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and that consistency, that will help us to understand, grow in the path of bhakti. So we saw that. Very good. I repeat stories. Yes, I agree. Many of you are saying I repeat stories again and again, but that helps me so to keep the flow going. So even if you find it boring, please tolerate that. Chalo. Satish Prabhu, whoever I am seeing the thumbs up, I am saying, please don't think that I am partial and I have favoritism.
Now, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, everyone. Firstly, I think for me, I'd like to firstly thank you for everything that you're doing to us. Just noticing the WhatsApp group and seeing how we started off, I think with about 20 when I joined, and it's now gone to maybe 60 or 70. So that's testament to all your efforts and everyone else as well. I think the other thing I'd like to do is to thank Shiva Prabhu, because I regularly attend a temple, Krishna Janmashtami events, whenever I can go to temple. And just one particular occasion, I wanted to go to my car and I decided to go, backwards behind the tents on exiting Krishna Janmashtami at Berwick. And then I said, no, let me just try going the other way. And thereupon I met Shiva Prabhu, and we just had a little conversation about my efforts. I'm looking for someone who's doing Bhagavatam classes. I've been trying to listen to all various podcasts and whatever. And he said, oh, we just started Bhagavatam class, and would you like to join? I said, of course. And I think from that point onwards, my whole life has changed. So it's been a total transformation of my behavior and my attitude towards studying the scripture, and your efforts, Radhika, as well, and everyone who's involved with getting the video links as well. I've also had the privilege of missing out on a week when I went to Perth on a conference, and I just realized how much we actually miss when we're not in part of this morning session. So I think that void, when I came back, I'm actually having more re-energized to actually learn more. So I hope and I pray that you continue this. But I think for me, one of the strongest realizations over the last few months, especially, I think the conversation that Bhishma has with Yudhishthira and Krishna's presence, I think that was quite moving to me. I think the conversation that he has, that he was on the opposite side, but that bhakti that he has, that love that he has for Krishna, that he had the opportunity to see Krishna at the time of his death. I think that whole stuti that you had described in our sessions was absolutely quite moving to me. So every morning I now listen to Bhishma's stuti just to get the appreciation of what he felt, even if he was lying in a bed of arrows. So yeah, Dhanyavad, thank you so much. I'm very appreciative, and I have a lot of gratitude to everything that's being done. So, and thank you to everyone for sharing. It's been a wonderful experience. So yeah, Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Satish Prabhu. We are very, very, very pleased, very happy, very grateful for your association every morning. You met Shiva Prabhu. Shiva Prabhu is a sadhu. That's why the Shastras say, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi hoy. Love Matra Sadhu Sangha. Love Matra. A moment of association and the life is transformed. This is the practical realization. As you mentioned, the life has been transformed. And this is more important as well. Along with the flow of Bhagavatam, it's the practical application, how we can improve our dealings in life, dealings in our everyday activities, our routines, and that can be changed with the learning of Srimad Bhagavatam. And that is what we are all learning together. So thanks to Prabhupada's purport, the story is there in the translation, but Prabhupada helps us to understand how to apply. Thank you so much for all your participation. Yes, next Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you to you and everybody else for your association. It is still such a wonderful experience being here with all of you and experiencing the bliss of Srimad Bhagavatam. A few realizations I would like to share, like starting from chapter 1, we went through the 6 questions posed by the sages, and those 6 questions are relevant for anybody, even in this Kali Yuga age. What is the purpose of human form of life? What is the benefit of all humanity? Where does Dharma reside? Why did Lord Krishna incarnate himself, and all about all the incarnations? And Prabhuji, you went through every single incarnation, the backstory behind each incarnation, and you actually brought into pictures and colors what Prabhupada described in text. Yes, he has put in a lot of pictures in his books, but he could not do it for every chapter, but you actually brought it out for every single chapter. The text actually converted into pictures, and it's almost like a movie when you were describing it. So thank you so much for that. Apart from that, Prabhu, I also got very much inspired by Bhishma Stuti, his dialogues with the Pandavas and Krishna. So even though he was on his final journey, he was still able to glorify the Lord, which is an inspiration for all of us. Like even though we face some certain setbacks, or sometimes we get sick or something, we're not able to think of the Lord in those times. But he, even though in his last moments with so much pain, he was still able to glorify the Lord. Apart from that, Prabhu, of course, the Naimisharanya program with all the devotees, we got an opportunity to associate with so many devotees who came from all parts of Victoria, not just Melbourne, like people from Bendigo and so many other places, from faraway places. They were kind enough to come to our place and participate in Srimad Bhagavatam, which was really wonderful, knowing all of you and getting this association. So without this class, we wouldn't have got association of so many new devotees, Prabhu. And yes, Prabhu, we're hoping to continue with Canto 1 and then also move on to other cantos, Prabhu. So please continue this class. We are all really liking it, and we want to continue to enjoy the bliss, Prabhu. We will miss it if it's stopped. So that's my realization, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Krishna Prabhu and Monica Mataji, for transforming your home into the Naimisharanya ashram. And you did a lot of nice, some devotees also who came early helped to make it really beautiful. The spiritual vibration, it felt really good. And of course, it's nice to join online and read Bhagavatam, but it's even more relishing when we are in a physical, personal association with devotees. Maybe we should do it again. It will help us. Let's see, in November and December, sometime Christmas holidays, we can do something. Thank you so much for your regular participation as well. All right, next, Anirvin Prabhu, Atiti Gunasundari Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Danvat Pranams. Hare Krishna, all devotees, Danvat Pranams. Prabhuji, first of all, I'm so grateful we could join this group. We are not in your Bhakti Viksha, but still, we are able to join and listen to the nectar. That is so beautiful.
You are not part of our Bhakti Vriksha group, but you are part of my inner core of the heart group.
Hari Prabhu, thank you Prabhu, for including us. I want to tell everybody that I am in Bhakti because of Kaushal Nandan Prabhu's efforts. He has been a spiritual guide to me from the very beginning. Whenever I have any serious doubts, I call him, and he very simply, talking just 2-3 minutes, it gives so much relief to the heart. So I'm so grateful to you, Kaushal Prabhu. I'm very, very grateful.
Prabhuji, मेरे बारे में, if you want to learn more, ask my wife. वो reality बता देगी. But here, let's focus on Bhagavatam and Srila Prabhupada purports.
Yes. So
Yeah.
regarding Bhagavatam, Prabhuji, I really love this class. I'm loving this class because I have, as many devotees have tried. I have tried to read Bhagavatam, and as Shiva Prabhu was saying, listening to Bhagavatam temple lectures, flow is not there, that continuity is not there. And what I really love about this class is, see, there's two things in Bhagavatam as far as my understanding goes. There is the philosophy and the learning points, and there's the story. And I'm more interested in the story, because if it doesn't make a link, it's small broken parts, then I lose interest. And you make it so connected, from the very beginning, how first these questions were spoken, and then they said, okay, why did Bhagavatam come? And then where did dharma go? It went into the Sharan of Bhagavatam. Okay, how did Bhagavatam appear? Bhagavatam appeared because Vyasdeva was not satisfied. And then what are the circumstances in which appeared, which we are still continuing, birth of Parikshit. So how it is connected, and that helps us remember all this philosophy also. So that is what I really love about the way you are doing it, Prabhuji. And what I loved in the prayers, Kunti Maharani prayers and Bhishma Deva prayers. Bhishma Deva prayers are very, very close to my heart. After I read them, they're very, very close, because I always had this impression that he's this strong, kathor Kshatriya, but you look into his heart and he's so tender, and he's carefully nurturing those feelings. And once I remember, Prabhuji, once when I was in trouble, I called you, and then you were saying to me, very, very, very simple thing you said. You said, have you seen a river? हमने कहा नदी के ऊपर तुमने देखा है पानी ऐसे स्टिल सा होता है, और उधर इधर इधर लकड़ी बह रही होती है, लेकिन उसके अंदर का जो पानी है वो तेजी से समुद्र की तरफ जा रहा है. सो भक्त के लाइफ में चलता है बहुत सारी चीजें, but the bhakti doesn't get affected. He's very quick, fast, he's going towards the Lord. And I felt that in Bhishma's life. He was so troubled, he was, and despite that, when we hear the prayers, he's remembering about the gopis. I can't imagine Bhishma Deva, Kshatriya, remembering about gopis, and he's so very beautiful, Prabhuji. And I pray to you, please continue this. This is very beautiful journey. I want to go 5, 6, 7 years, whatever it takes. And the association of all the devotees, some beautiful Bhagavad shlokas, singing, hearing, that is so beautiful. Shiva Prabhu's efforts, Puja Mataji, all the devotees. So this is a very beautiful group. I pray to Krishna it keeps growing. The family keeps on growing. And we are very grateful to be a part of it. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Thank you very much, all devotees.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, same thing. Honestly speaking, I was in bhakti, जैसे होता है ना, cool, lukewarm bhakti. But because of your opportunity, I could, of course, could continue further and could be at this stage where I am at the moment. So much of, heartfelt gratitude towards you, Prabhu. Especially now, after attending your Bhakti Vriksha, attending this Naimishanya place, Naimishanya visit to Krishna Prabhu and Monica Mataji's house, knowing your Bhakti Vriksha member, knowing yourself furthermore, it's really added on, Prabhu. It's spiritually blissful. I've just wait for this class. You won't believe it. I finish my chanting and I wait for this class. I want to just attend this class every day. Saturday, Sunday, I would like to attend every day. And of course, many Naimishanya days, I would love to come. And Prabhu, I've never sat down with copy and pen in my life. I just hear and that's it. But this class, from the day one, I thought to myself, I'm sitting with the copy pen. I'm making notes. And you won't believe, Prabhu, half of my copy is already full. Notebook is full, which is surprising. And it helps me, Prabhu. Like what I have noticed is reading Bhagavatam, there are few things I am noticing in myself. I'm not sure. But of course, Anshul will approve that, whether it is happening or not. It gives me strength, that immense strength. After half an hour of hearing about devotees, Krishna, it just my day go really without any problem. Like, of course, problems come, but I think so. I don't think about them. It gives me that power to deal with the worldly things. It's like battery charge every morning. फोन करना बैटरी चार्ज करना पड़ता है तो वो चार्जिंग हो रहा है प्रभु सोल का. I feel that way. And at the same time, it's like अनर्थास जाते हैं प्रभु और good qualities आती हैं. I can see that's a spark of it. It's not full, but spark of those good qualities is coming. Like I can see love towards everyone now. I can feel that. Of course, it's very, very, like अभी तो प्रभु वो बिल्कुल फूट रहा है अंकुर. It's not developed. I have to nurture it, but I can feel that in myself. And the storyline, the way you say ना प्रभु, मैं तो यही सोची थी कि शायद हस्तिनापुर की रूफटॉप पे ही हूँ अभी इस टाइम पे. When you were describing द्वारिका का रूफटॉप हुआ, so I feel that I am in the past time. That is so nice, प्रभु. You describe it so beautifully, Prabhu. Storyline is so connected. Please continue, Prabhu. It's not time wastage at all. Don't think that way, Prabhu. We would like to continue the same way. अगर ऐसे चलेगा ना प्रभु तो भागवतम like we will know it by heart. As you said ना प्रभु कि हम लोग खाना खाते हैं भूल जाते हैं. Of course we will forget about few things, but with association of devotees and आपका जो effort चल रहा है उससे उसका जो nurturing हो रही है ना प्रभु, that is important. So please we will love to hear that thing. And last thing, like my point so far, of course I don't know Bhagavatam Prabhu, as you know I'm very very new in all these things. So Kunti Maharani prayers, Bhishma prayers, these Narad Munis, these are the so high devotees. Hearing about them, it's just nectarian, Prabhu. We can't imitate them, but we can learn or we can have some points from their life, that how they remembered Krishna all the time. Whatever calamities are coming, they are not blaming Krishna. Like we have a tendency to blame others or Krishna, by Krishna you are putting these things, but their devotion is increasing. Imagine he's on the bed of arrows and he's still praying to Krishna. Krishna, you are like this, you are like this. I would have been saying, why Krishna, why am I like this? So it's really, Prabhu, it's blissful to hear all these stories, all these pastimes of devotees, and from your mouth, Prabhu, it just becoming more blissful, more nectarian. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Please continue and keep us in your shelter, Prabhu. Please.
Thank you. Glorification of Bhagavatam from your mouth is even more nectarian. That's happening. All of my students who are Sloka students, they all become teachers. So all the Bhagavatam students, in couple of years or next year, you all will be Bhagavatam teachers and you all will be doing Bhagavatam classes with your own groups. Wait for that moment. But definitely, Bhishma Suti, if you see Bhishma, they were lying on the bed of arrows, glorifying Lord, glorifying devotees of the Lord, and preaching to Pandavas and then Yudhishthir Maharaj. On the bed of arrows, at the time of death, he is glorifying Lord, glorifying the devotees and preaching. Srila Prabhupada did the same thing, glorifying Bhagavatam, glorifying Lord on the deathbed and preaching to his disciples on the deathbed. Remember I said, very similar we see from Prabhupada and Bhishma Dev. And what do we learn from that? टू ग्लोरीफाई लॉर्ड. हम तो हट्टे कट्टे हैं, हम कहाँ डेथ बेड पे है, हम कहाँ फ्लाई डाउन कर रहे हैं. टू ग्लोरीफाई लॉर्ड, ग्लोरीफाई डिवोटीज, ग्लोरीफाई भागवतम एंड preaching to others. Krishna has given us this body, Krishna has given this energy. We just have to look for the opportunity. कैसे भी करके कहीं भी किसी को भगवान के साथ कनेक्ट करना है. This is what. And the second thing what you mentioned, Mataji, is the flow and everything of Bhagavatam. Many times I hear devotees, वो लोग बोलते हैं कि I have tried reading Bhagavatam. It's hard to understand. And I'm not able to get the message. वो क्या हो रहा है पता नहीं चलता. But look at this. How easy is it to understand? How nice it is and how interesting it is. That क्या हो रहा है, अभी क्या होगा, क्या learn करना है. It's so beautiful. Prabhupada has given to us this. Even though it may seem complicated, but if we do it in the association of devotees, it's so sweet, so releasing. इतना मजा आता है Bhagavatam में. We can't live without that. It's just what is happening next. So eager to hear. And that's why when I see all of you, I can see the eagerness that okay, abhi kya hoga, aage kya hoga, like that. Thank you so much. All right, Aditi Mataji, you were there. Oh, she just left.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hemangi Mataji raised the hand.
No, Aditi Mataji was there before. Okay, Hemangi Mataji, yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam to all the devotees. Prabhuji, thank you so much for organizing this Bhagavatam class every morning. Many times that summary that Radhika Mataji that sends that before bedtime, I try to read with the kids to just give them nectar. One of the biggest realization in this Bhagavatam is that Prabhuji, Lord Krishna's living from Hastinapur and entrance to the Dwarka, we felt like, and you took us to the journey, we felt like then in Dwarka, we are in the Dwarka, and the way that you are connecting the stories, like it felt like how that it was decorating, and especially when we went to Puja Mataji's home, it just, every time, whether it's in Bhakti Vriksha program or any special programs, you try to connect all the points and try to bring us our consciousness in different ways. That okay, like similar way we went in Monica Mataji in Krishna Prabhu's house, that we went Naimisharanya, and you bring it to life with your efforts, immense efforts that you try to put in, Prabhuji. Also, there are a lot of learnings, but out of them, one that which has really touched to a heart is basically, as a parents, it's a response. Like when you have kids, it's a responsibility of parents to give them Krishna consciousness at the early age, even though it doesn't. It like over the time it will give, and that's the purpose of human life. It will come, even though you feel like they're not capturing, but as a parents we should not miss any opportunity to give them Krishna consciousness. That was very touching. There are a lot of other points, but Prabhuji, please continue. It's a wonderful nectar in the morning. Many times in the morning, either waking up kids or in the kitchen, I'm not able to turn on videos, especially for last many weeks. But I absolutely enjoy the nectarian, and it is so relishing in association with all the devotees. And it was a Prabhuji rightly said that many times I have desire, I've tried, but not been able to understand or get the nectar of it. But with the association of all the devotees, it's so relishing. That you just, for what is coming up next, how have the excitement and catching up on a weekend and everything. It's been very helpful, Prabhuji. We pray that you please continue, and let's bring more and more people to relish this Bhagavatam nectarian. And yes, Prabhuji, just one last thing. I was just reflecting for last 4 months, and your storytelling power is amazing. And your name, actual name, and the Guru Maharaj has given, you are an expert, Kaushal. You are an expert in doing the Bhagavatam stories, because the stories is the easiest way that we can remember, and the learning points. That every time you ask that, okay, what has been the learning points? Many times I remember, then I forget. To put it, but it's a very inspiring, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for wonderful service and inspiring us to get the taste of the nectar. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Hemangi Mataji. I am doing half an hour of effort. You are doing full days and days, last 3.5 years for Bhakti Vriksha. Every week it takes a lot of time. मेरा तो सिर्फ book खोलना है, आपको तो पूरा घर साफ करना होता है. Before people come and after people go. The house is so nice and perfectly set up at 7:30, and by 9:30 it's a full mess. Imagine 30-40 kids and 60 adults in the house for 2-3 hours. Pura mess हो जाए. So that is very good effort, your whole family is doing. But as you mentioned, yes, what happens by reading Bhagavatam in the morning is, I personally feel like presence of Krishna in wherever I go. I can see the connection with looking at the worldly things with the eyes of Bhagavatam. Yes, yesterday I went to Puja Mataji's house. Oh my God, I feel like I am in some Hastinapur or Dwarka palace where everything is decorated, devotees are singing, Lord is being worshipped. I feel like I am actually entering this Hastinapur, Dwarka, Naimisharanya pastimes when I go somewhere. And the way devotees deal, I just clearly connect. It helps me to have the meditation on Krishna, meditation on the devotees and Bhagavatam throughout the day. And again, next morning we are here, and again, whole day we are like, in the back of the mind, subconsciously, the things are keeps on going on. So this is what the effect of is, and that is what is required in a devotee's life. This is what required, that we just see everything in connection with Krishna. We feel the presence of Krishna in our life. Some situations happen in life before, if these situations would happen to me, I would have been completely bewildered, completely disturbed. But now reading Bhagavatam and connecting that situation with Bhagavatam, when the same instance happens with me, I see the hand of Lord Krishna in that. ये तो भगवान का कुछ indication है, भगवान का हाथ है. I need to respond like this, not react, but respond like this. And I can see that all happening. So thank you. By all your blessings and association, we are having the presence of Krishna. We'll stop here. Just the time is up. But tomorrow, all those who haven't we'll continue this sharing realization, and Friday say continue our story. But yeah, let's hear your realization. Glorify Bhagavatam, glorify Srila Prabhupada. It is our gratitude, our gratefulness. We shouldn't miss to share this. All right. Thank you so much. Let's join in tomorrow. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Jagat